All right, we're back for part 2 of the Front Row Show. I'm Dave Bain, back with Amanda Mitchell and Frankie, and it's amazing. We all decided to wear the same outfits again for the second show. We didn't even call each other, but here we are back in the same outfits. Now we've got, last time we had the Modern Thieves, this time we have 3 bands. We've got Practically Einstein, Alexis George, and Flo Anito. We're going to start with Practically Einstein, and let's look at the footage.
Hey guys, it's Amanda. I'm backstage in the green room at the Rock and Roll Hotel. I'm here with Brad of Practically Einstein. Brad, why don't you say hello?
Hi everybody at the front row. I am Brad from the band Practically Einstein, based in the DC area. We're happy to be a part of this front row episode, and my other guys are downstairs somewhere having a good time, but I'm here to answer maybe a couple questions.
That's great. We just saw the video for Soldier Girl. Tell me a little bit about what it was like working with Francisco as a director.
Well, it was amazing, and it's amazing to work with people who know their craft, which is, say we do our rock and roll thing, and bring other people on board with what we're doing who know their craft. Say the dancers we had, say Francisco, who really has brilliant vision as a director. You have to get over his crazy Chilean accent, which once in a while causes a little bit of confusion, but he and I kind of saw eye to eye from the start. He does like to make fun of me a little bit, so I just let that go in the name of, artistic endeavors, but we've really gotten along well, and it's been an amazing experience overall.
What does the future look like for Practically Einstein?
Well, we take it project by project, and it's really nice to be able to get to the culmination of this project right now. To release this video, we've put in, honestly, months of work into it, and I think it showed. Hopefully, the thing looks amazing. Francisco did an amazing job, and it's nice to get to the end of this point, maybe at this year, kind of reevaluate, but we're trying to plan a couple tours next year, even a couple possible USO tours, since our single is called Soldier Girl, which is dedicated to all the women in armed forces out there.
We saw that on the big screen, thank you.
Cool. And we are excited about the new year and our relatively new lineup, maybe even add another member here or there, but really just keep doing what we're doing and making more music and playing shows, and hopefully now sending a video out there and getting our music to as many people as we can.
Fantastic. And that being said, how can fans find your music? What's the best venue, or what's the best place to go?
The best place to go is practicallyeinstein.com. And I just have to say one more amazing thing about working on this video was the size of the production. You really felt like you had a team. You felt like you had an amazing crew. We had dancers. I also have to introduce Seema, who is usually behind the camera, but sad but true, I actually had to wear makeup for this video production, and that's kind of a first for me, but I did have a makeup artist. Her name is Seema. She's right here. Come on, and come say hi.
There's room on the couch.
Yep. She was amazing, and occasionally rock and roll excess did happen, and she liked to feed me grapes once in a while.
Look how well prepared she is.
He's a diva.
One more time.
He's born a rock
Just
star.
for good measure.
Oh yeah. No, that was.
Did I have a stem left on
Can you
there?
feed Amanda some grapes?
Yeah, feed her.
Why not?
Why not? Amanda should feed me some grapes.
Thank you, Seema. Okay, let's do it.
Awesome.
I'm an extremely lucky guy right now. This is.
And it's documented.
And it's documented.
It was documented.
Well, thank you so much, Brad. Thank you, Seema, for the grapes and your wonderful makeup. And we'll see you in the front row. We'll also see you downstairs when Practically Einstein goes on stage in about 1 minute. Got to get this guy out of here. Yep. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks.
And we're back. So, Amanda, another interview and another video.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you have to say for yourself?
For myself, I don't know if I have anything to say for myself. It's all about this guy right here, Francisco Campos-Lopez, also known as Frankie. We saw that on the last show. Hope you were tuning in. Anyways, welcome back. It's good to see you guys again. We just saw Soldier Girl. This video was completely different from the two that we saw last time with the Modern Thieves. Frankie, tell me a little bit about the Soldier Girl video, because like you said last time, I don't think the lyrics necessarily inspired this story. Where did you get this story?
Well, the title of the song is Solid Girl, so that wasn't that hard actually. But my first idea when Brad came into my office and just put the song there was, I got the feeling that this is something that from the 80s, So I was trying to look like that look, and since we need to, Brad was like very into doing something like with a message, like for the soldiers, with the troops, all that stuff. So we came up with some sort of balance, I was trying to do something very 80s. That's my inspiration, since I'm like from the end of the world, back in the day, we used to enjoy all the videos from the 80s, not from the 90s, which is my generation, Everything was so later. So I grew up, watching all those videos, so that was like my first opportunity to do something about my reference, something like old school.
Sure, like 1984 MTV, the roots of music video.
Like the first videos from 1980 until 1985, something like that. So, and Brad he liked a lot the concept that we came up with the first time. And we started the whole process. That was insane. It was like 3 months of pre-production, looking for the actress, the place, the military base, dealing with pyramids. So.
Yeah, we definitely saw the 80s feel when we saw a little bit of the battle between the chicks there in the gymnasium. We saw how they were dressed. They had scrunchies in their hair and kind of the high-top shoes going on. How was it working with that choreography? Because as you saw in the video, when I spoke to Brad, he said it was kind of difficult for them to all catch on. It was something different that they hadn't done. What was your experience with choreography?
I'm getting always the same, dance, why they don't get it. So it's very hard to explain the concept that you have in your mind. But Megan, she's the choreographer. She works with me like usually on our shoots. And she just gets it right away, So the process, was like, we tried to get like a battle dance, like a dance off on the gymnasium, but that was like very 80s, in high school. Definitely. It's like a movie from John Hughes, something like that, which is one of my favorite directors, So I was trying to do something like very close to that, among those lines, And he was happy with it. It was very hard, but the day that I saw like Brad's face like changing was after that sequence, because he told me, okay, that was the thing that you were talking about, and he was super excited, taking pictures everywhere and uploading that to Facebook right away. So that was a moment, his aha moment.
Because he's extremely cognitive. He's quite an intellectual, hence the name practically Einstein.
Yeah, he looks very intellectual. We just make fun of him. We just call Steve Brad or just like Pops, but he's okay. He's all right. He's a nice guy.
I actually have a couple of questions. I did notice the 80s feel to it when I was watching the video. So
that's pretty cool.
That definitely came across.
Yeah, from that generation, right?
That is my generation, yes. And I was going to ask you a question. What was the first video ever played on MTV? Do you know?
I don't know.
Since you said you're a big fan of the 80s, do you know, Amanda?
No, I don't.
It's Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles.
Oh, yeah.
Now you guys
We should have guessed that.
Yes.
We should have guessed that.
Yes.
I'm looking for the same cover.
Hopefully it won't kill the Practically Einstein, that video. But no, I thought it was really cool. I definitely saw the 80s feel. But one question I did have for you about it is, there's a lot more actors, so to speak, in that video. How do you go about your casting process? Do you put something in the paper? Is it all just friends of the band? How did you go about casting that? Especially, did you have to bring in special dancers because there is choreography in it?
Yeah,
how did you do that?
Yeah, with dancers it's different, because I need to see them first. And, you can have like a really nice dancer, but you need to just look good on camera.
So those were professional dancers you brought in?
Actually, they are. Megan is a professional. She works in a dance company in Utah, and she has these friends dancers everywhere. So she's like a contracting dancers.
So what did you do for like the rest of the cast? Were those actors, friends of the band?
Usually, if you see that particular music video, we have like two kinds, Brad and Phil, he's like the bass player. They were like playing roles, so they are part of the band. But the rest of the guys, one of them came from Rappahannock with John. He's an actor there, like from high school drama things, So basically, they are actors, Like, they are just starting out, but I prefer to work with actors or people that some sort of knowledge is more easy.
Oh, okay. Well, just so you know, I studied acting in college, so if you ever need me for a video, even though I missed the pony video, I'm a keen observer of the human condition.
We can use, I see some potential in you,
Oh, good. Amanda, do you have any more questions
I was gonna
about?
say, a little shameless self-promotion never hurts anybody,
Of
Dave.
course.
Good one.
Do you have any more questions about the video?
I
or-
do. One more about this video because it was such a storyline. What makes a video complete in your eyes as the director and the engineer and the brains behind this thing? When do you really know it's time to kind of tie the bow on the present, it's done?
Okay, so that's the online process of the editing process. You have the offline, which is like the skeleton. You have all the parts. And the offline, you just try, that's my personal touch, you know. I try to, of course, there's some things that I won't tell you because I need to keep my secret.
Sure.
But a few things, you know, that I do can tell you. I try to keep to matching the pace of the song with the actual image. So you see like tons of cuts. And if you see like carefully, you see that they are matching the drums. So when I just get that feeling that everything is like right on place, I just wrap the thing up and that's all.
Great. I think we have 2 more videos to talk
Awesome.
about, so I'll
Let's
kick it back to
move-
Dave.
Let's move on to the next video, which is Alexis George. Amanda got to talk with Alexis, got to watch the video, so we're going to go to that track.
Hey everyone, it's Amanda here backstage at the Rock and Roll Hotel with Alexis George. Alexis, why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hi, everybody. I'm Alexis George. I'm a singer-songwriter from Washington, D.C. Thanks for tuning in.
And you debuted a music video tonight, which was phenomenal, by the way. I was hugely impressed with Francisco's work. Tell me a little bit about that video and the song that was featured.
Well, the song was Gimme the Mic, and I came in touch with Francisco about a year and a half ago, and I had not yet finished recording the song, and he said, you know, get in touch with me when you're finished, or I'll get in touch with you, and you know how things fizzle, so I was like, okay, sure, whatever. If you're serious, you'll come get me. He was very serious, and he's a hound dog, Francisco. So he hounded me down, and I said, let's do it. We're going to do a music video. And we shot it in July in a studio, no AC. It was hot as hell. But we wrapped it in one day. He had an amazing crew on hand. And I just think no one would know that was done in a day, you know? Like, the video just looks immaculate. And he is a genius with color and with editing. So I'm really excited about how it turned out. It looked very professional. So
Fantastic. Well, you have kind of a no-nonsense, all-woman sort of image, you know, and I respect you for that. So tell me a little bit more about some of your inspirations and how you came to be where you are today.
well, people poke fun of me. I'm a little straightforward. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I either make friends or enemies, and at least you know where I stand. You know, I would say I've been heavily influenced by Heart and, you know, of course, Janis Joplin, Pat Benatar, go back to the blues days, you know, we got Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald. So I like a woman with a voice. I like a woman with a strong voice, an emotive voice. But, you know, I'm also influenced by the men, so it's not just it's not just a feminist point of view. I tell it like it is. I'm a little honest. I'm from New Jersey. Maybe that's what it is, but not Jersey Shore.
See, she tells it like it is.
Yes, right. I'm not a Snooki.
Right, so you had 2 men behind you tonight, and I assume that they're very special in your music making and in all of your shows. You want to talk a little bit about those 2?
Yes. So let's see. Max Shapiro plays drums, and we met each other about 4 years ago when I was playing with my band. It was called the Alexis George Band. I'm not vain, trust me. We just couldn't find a name. But Max was with his band Meet the Speakers, and we met, and through the years he's gone through a few bands, and we're still together, and he's always up for playing, paid gig or not, which I appreciate. And then we've got Kyle Schmidt, who's part of a band called Radio Violet, and they're actually Virginia-based, and they're actually playing Rock and Roll Hotel January 7th. So Kyle's played bass with me since I found him as I posted flyers on the Georgetown campus. So
That's great. So, Alexis, where can your fans find you? Where can they get your music?
well, you can find me on www.alexisgeorgemusic.com. That's my website. You can find me on iTunes, Reverb Nation /Alexis George, MySpace, all the typical stuff. Just do a Google search and you'll find me in all the appropriate places. And yeah, I'm pretty accessible.
Thank you so much for taking a minute. I know you're super busy this evening, and it's an exciting night for you, so thanks for taking a minute to talk to the front row. We enjoyed having you, and any last words for front row?
Just keep on rocking it out.
Love it.